Measure. Using a protractor to find the measure of an angle. What is it? The process of finding a number that shows the amount of something. Why? Helps in construction so that you know where to put items. Interesting fact. Eagles build their nests on high cliffs or in tall trees. Now let's take a look at the steps in order to do this. Step 1. Place the cross of the protractor at the vertex or corner of the angle. Step 2. Make sure one arm or line of the angle goes through 0 degrees. Step 3. Start at 0 degrees and count up. Now, if we take a look at the angle that we see on the screen, we know it has to be an acute angle, so therefore the answer must be less than 90 degrees. Now zoom in, and we've added 35 and 45 to make it easier to count. So now we can go ahead and start counting at 35 and keep going until we hit the mark. So we're at 36, and finally we're at 37. And since we're at the line, we stop, and my angle for this acute angle is 37 degrees. Now let's take a look at another one. In this case, we're looking at an obtuse angle, so the answer must be more than 90 degrees. So let's zoom in and focus just on where the angle, the end of the second arm is, and I've added 115 and 125 to make it easier to count. So let's go ahead and start counting at 120, since that's the nearest line, and 120, 121, and 122. We've reached the line, or the second arm of the angle. We can stop, and now we can go ahead and say that this angle is 122 degrees. Now let's take a look at example 3. What happens if the angle's on the other side? You still follow the steps. Step 1, place the cross of the protractor at the vertex. Step 2, make sure one arm goes through 0 degrees. This time the 0 degrees is on the other side. That's okay. Step 3, start at 0 degrees and count up. So let's go ahead and talk about what type of angle we have. Well, we have an acute angle, so therefore the answer must be less than 90 degrees. Now let's zoom in, and since we're closest to 40 degrees, we're going to go ahead and start counting at 40 degrees and count up until we reach the second arm or line of the angle, 41, 42, and 43. So the answer to this question, what is the measure of this angle, is 43 degrees. And that is how you measure angles using a protractor.